I'm Sarah Fragani with KENS 5 News Now on this Wednesday, January 11th. A computer outage at the Federal Aviation Administration has caused a lot of flights to be delayed at a number of airports across the country. The FAA has ordered all departures to be paused until 8 a.m. Wednesday morning. The agency tweeted that it needs to restore its notice to air missions system, and it would be providing constant updates. A few flights out of San Antonio were delayed, but it's still unclear if it's connected to this outage. An investigation is underway after a car hit a teenage boy riding his electric scooter. That boy was fighting for his life as first responders transported him to an area hospital. The crash was near Roosevelt Avenue and VFW Boulevard on the city's south side. Police say the driver did stop to help that boy and is not expected to face any charges. For the first time, we're hearing directly from the fired Uvalde school police chief about the botched response to the school shooting. CNN has exclusively published video of Pete Arredondo speaking with investigators in an interview. Arredondo said he was more concerned about saving the lives of students in other classrooms than trying to stop the gunman. He said when he saw children in other rooms, he knew he had to evacuate the building. DPS says Arredondo was the incident commander at Robb Elementary during the shooting that left 19 students and 2 teachers dead. And at one point, Arredondo was heard saying he thought time was on the side of police as they waited to confront the shooter. At least 3 victims who later died were alive when police finally took down the gunman. If you'd like to hear more from Arredondo's interview, go to KENS5.com. President Biden is responding to the controversy over classified documents found from his time as vice president.
I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there to that office.
The discovery happened on November 2nd, 6 days before the midterm elections, according to CBS News. The president says once his lawyers found the documents, they immediately handed the papers over to the National Archives, and the archives informed the Justice Department. Meanwhile, the Republican-led House Oversight Committee said it will launch its own probe. They've asked the White House for all documents retrieved and a list of who had access to the office. A U.S. representative from Texas has filed articles of impeachment against U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Congressman Pat Fallon, who represents the 4th District northeast of Dallas, filed that motion on Monday. He accuses Secretary Mayorkas of not maintaining control of the border. The Department of Homeland Security released a statement saying the secretary has no plans to resign. A push for criminal justice reform could be in the hands of San Antonio voters this May. Activist group Act for SA is hoping to get several proposed charter amendments added to the ballot. Act for SA says the amendments pertain to policing, including cutting out unnecessary arrests and ending enforcement on things like low-level marijuana possession and abortion crime. They delivered over 37,000 signatures backing the reform efforts. Now the city clerk will work to validate the signatures within the next 20 business days.
But this act will make sure that they are now law and they are practiced permanently, no matter who our police chief is, no matter who is our DA or who is in city leadership. We will be saving money, keeping families together, stopping the unnecessary overcrowding of jails, but most of all, we will be saving lives through these policies.
The San Antonio Police Officers Association responded in a statement saying amending the current city charter will, quote, hinder the effective policing in place today. Meanwhile, deputies are now investigating a cash scheme that involved multiple men from Romania. Deputies with the Gillespie County say it all started with several calls about some men waving people down and asking for gas money off Highway 16 in Fredericksburg. They first responded to the call about 2 men in a dark-colored Jeep, but couldn't find them. Later, they were called to Highway 87 and saw one of those men waving traffic down. The men were both dressed in suits and said that they were heading to Dallas from San Antonio but were low on gas. Deputies then told the men to leave, and later they were called out to a separate part of the county, and that's when they arrested a 25-year-old in connection to that scheme. Deputies say they found several $1,000s of cash on that guy, and they say in some cases, schemers may even offer you jewelry for cash to try to get access to your bank accounts. Well, no one won last night's Mega Millions drawing, and you know what it means. You still have a chance to win on Friday the 13th, in fact. The jackpot is now an estimated $1.35 billion, the second largest in the lottery's history. Now, so far, there have been 25 consecutive drawings and no winner since October. So Friday may be your day. We do want to check in with Paul right now for today's forecast.
Yeah, can you get lucky on Friday the 13th? Maybe so, I guess. All right, so as we head through the day today, I know that some places it's rather dreary this morning with some fog, others not so bad. I think for the most part, mostly sunny. It's going to be a beautiful day. Highs, low 80s, around 81. And then a cold front comes in tonight. I think it turns cooler and windy tomorrow.
That's KENS 5 News Now. Thanks so much for joining me. Remember, if you're in front of that TV, to grab your remote and join us on KENS 5, 4:30 to 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. I'm Sarah Fulgani. I'll see you tomorrow.